Welcome back, everyone. My name is Luane Lekhasu, and welcome to Learn to Heal. I really have missed doing this. It's been quite a while, so I need to figure out how to get back into it again. But yeah, I'm glad I'm sitting down, and I'm glad I'm actually recording something. So let's go on this journey again this year. We are still learning how to heal. We are still learning how to be better versions of ourselves, and we are still trying to thrive, right? We're trying to thrive in our lives and in the different things that we're doing. We want to be better people for ourselves, want to be better people for our families, better people for our friends, and we actually just want to do well, and doing well doesn't mean that nothing else is, falling apart. It just means you understand that things are falling apart, but you're also focusing on the things that are doing well. Yes, you put energy into the things that are not doing well by fixing them and finding solutions for them, but also at the same time you're holding that duality. So I always say in life it's important to hold the duality of the good and the bad, because that's always going to happen in your life. You're always going to be holding the good and the bad. You have to learn to live with both of them. So if you're only waiting for moments where it's only the good in your life, you're going to wait for a very long time, because it's probably not going to happen. So you're going to have to hold both of those things in your life and learn to thrive despite them, right? That is not what we're really talking about. Maybe. So today I wanted to just kind of like do a I'm back thing, but I also wanted us to think about something. And what I wanted us to think about was really the idea that we are always building. I was listening to a podcast. I actually don't remember whose podcast it was. I listened to a lot of stuff, but it was, I think, about 2 weeks ago. And the idea of what the person was saying is that, you must think about the building blocks of something. I don't know what she or he was talking about. But one of the things that it sparked for me is that we are always building. It doesn't matter what we do, we are always building. So when you're actually intentionally setting your goals, you're building and you're thinking about your building plan. When you sit down and you do nothing, you're building, but you just actually don't have a structure to the building that you're making. At the end of the day, whatever you do, you are constantly building. You are constantly putting blocks towards a future that you are either planning or not planning for. So let's think about it. Let's say you want to go to the gym, and you say, okay, I'm going to sign up. You sign up for the gym. You go to the gym 5 times a week or 3 times a week, but consistently. What are you doing there? You're building consistency, you're building habits, and those habits are actually going to lead to an outcome where it's a healthier you, right? And or you can sign up to go to the gym and you don't go to the gym. What are you doing there? You are still building the same inconsistency, the same lack of habits, and the outcome that you're going to get there is that you're not going to have your healthy self, right? At the end of the day, the things that you are doing, they are building you somewhere, and the things that you are not doing are also building to somewhere. Whether it's a sense of self where you've lost trust in yourself, maybe you start things and you don't finish things, you are actually building a trail of inconsistency and a trail of lack of trust in yourself. When you don't follow through with the things that you're doing, you are building a path of you having a low sense of esteem or having low sense of confidence in yourself. You saying that, I'm going to start something, but you actually don't finish it, or you finish it, but you don't do it very well. It builds a sense where you actually don't know if you're fully capable of doing something. Does that make sense, right? So whatever it is that we're doing, we are constantly building. So what does that mean? It means we need to be intentional in everything that we do. We need to be intentional with the goals that we set, because we need to understand what kind of outcome do we want to get out of it, and other goals, the routines and the habits that we have set going to get us to that place, right? We need to be very intentional. And on top of that, we need to set goals that are realistic. Let's go back now to SMART, I think in in grade 9 or something, we said, they used to say that you need to make SMART goals. And what are SMART goals? They're specific, they are measurable, they are attainable, achievable, they are relevant, and they are measured by time, right? So what kinds of goals are you setting for yourself, and are they specific enough for you to be able to understand them? That's where the intentionality comes from. And are you going to be able to understand when you have achieved them? So where's your measuring scale in that, right? And are they relevant to the outcome that you want to see, right? If you want to be the best chartered accountant, are the goals that you're setting actually building towards that? And are you giving yourself enough time to be able to achieve those things? Guys, let's stop setting ourselves up. We keep setting ourselves up because we're doing things that are not towards the outcomes that we want to, but also at the same time we set goals, these goals that are so gigantic, we don't even know how to get there. We cause anxiety to ourselves, to our bodies, by really just thinking about how am I going to start this thing. I'm not saying don't dream big. I'm saying have a big 5-year dream, but break it down into the years that you're going to achieve it. What realistically will you be able to achieve at the end of the year? What realistically can you be able to achieve at the end of June, at the end of the month, at the end of the week? Be realistic in the things that you're doing, because otherwise you are going to set yourself up for failure. We are thriving this year, we are healing this year. What are you going to be intentional about? Right, this is my first video and my first audio of the year. I didn't want to make it long. I wanted it to be specifically about your intention. What are you going to be building, and what are you intentionally setting for yourself, and what are you going to do about it, right? Make that vision very clear. Make that goal very clear, make it specific, and make it have legs. And what do I mean by legs? I mean, like back again in LO, when you were doing a mind map and they had different, networks of legs of what means to have that particular thing. Figure out what your different legs look like. When you say you want to be a musician, what does that mean? Right? What are the things that you need to do to make sure that you become the musician that you want to? What are the steps that you need to achieve to be able to get to that point? And think about as well, do you have a picture or a goal or a person in mind that you're trying to want to emulate, right? I'm not saying go be copycats, but I'm saying a person who's somewhat doing what you want to do that is inspiring you. Think about what are the kinds of things that they're doing? What kinds of books are they reading? What kinds of habits do they actually have in their lives to be able to achieve those goals? Things don't just happen in a vacuum. If you want to be the best psychologist, think about, okay, what do psychologists need to do? As you're studying, you're thinking about this. As you're in varsity, okay, I'm in first year, but what are the kind of things that I need to do to make sure that I get accepted into a master's program that only takes 12 people out of 300 applicants, right? You have to be intentional about thinking about the big goal, but also at the same time being specific about the little goals that will help you get there. But the biggest and main thing that you need to be thinking about is intention. Be intentional in the things that you're doing, and remember what I said. At the end of the day, you are building. It doesn't matter what the blocks that you have are, but you are still building. So are the things that you are doing every day building to the future that you want, or are they actually building to a future that is in the opposite direction of where you want to be? Only you can answer that question, because you know what you're realistically doing every single day. Doesn't matter what you say to us, doesn't matter what you say to other people. Realistically, the effort and the energy that you put in, is it going towards the direction you want, or are you actually building a path that's going the opposite direction? Because if you are going the opposite direction, this is your sign. If you're looking for a sign, this is it. This is your sign to start being intentional, to start auditing your goals, to start auditing the vision, so that you're able to put the right legs to it, the right building blocks to it, and you're able to achieve. Well, this is it for today, but I really hope we have a nice season of Learn to Heal, and we have exciting things coming up. I am definitely doing some interviews, and I will share on the socials which interviews I'll be doing, and you can watch out for that. And I'm also going to be talking about the healing stories, right? And I, kind of started doing some of these where, people just share a little bit about their journey, of what their healing journey has looked like. Because all I want for you is to personalize this for yourself, that you want healing, that you want to get better, and you want to thrive. And if it means finding inspiration in different people, and finding education, and finding techniques, and finding steps to be able to achieve that, then that's what I'm going to bring to you. But at the end of the day, I want all of us to learn how to heal. Bye.